In this lesson, we're going to work with the dreaded word problems. So we're going to break down everything into its sentences because usually in word problems, the sentences will really give you a lot of clues about how to set up your word problem. Once you've set it up, then solving it tends to be pretty easy. So we're really going to focus on setting these up in this lesson. The first thing you want to do with a word problem is read through it and just kind of break down what it's asking. The length of a rectangle is 6 more than its width. So that one sentence might give us an entire equation that we need for this. The perimeter of the rectangle is 64 inches. What are the rectangles? I think there should have been an apostrophe there. The rectangle's dimensions. And then it gives us a hint, a clue. Anytime they're giving you some additional helpful information, it's usually put in parentheses like this. It gives you the perimeter of a rectangle formula. If it talks about a shape or something you can see, it's always a good idea to draw an image. So I'm going to draw this rectangle. And I also want to go back through these directions kind of backwards. Because the last sentence usually tells you what you're looking for. Now, not always, sometimes they bury it, but what are the rectangle's dimensions? That's what I'm looking for. And that tells me what variables to define. So I am going to say, let L equal the length. So we're looking for the length and the width. Those are the dimensions. So let L equal length, and let W equal the width. I'm going to continue to work backwards here, the perimeter. So this is an extra measurement, but we can see right here the P, the perimeter formula. The perimeter of the rectangle is 64 inches. I'm actually not going to define that. I'm just going to write that P equals 64. We already know that. So I can actually put that into my formula right now, that my first equation is going to be 64 equals 2L plus 2W. And that's my first equation that I'm going to set up. So that's why it gave me that extra little hint so I could set up that equation. I still need one more equation because I am trying to create a system of equations. That first sentence, I'm going to go back to it. The length of a rectangle is 6 more than its width. This is where I'm going to use that rectangle I drew. I'm going to call the longer side my length, the shorter side my width. And I want the length to be longer than the width. So here's the thing, is the length I'm going to write in terms of the width. So the length is equal to the width plus 6. That's a tricky thing to do the first couple times you do it. But if you think about it, it makes sense. That length has to be longer than the width. We're going to take the width and add 6 to it. That's what gives me my second equation. And now I'm ready to do some substitution, and we can use the steps we learned earlier. The first step is to identify if one of my variables is already solved for. And we can see right here, L is already all by itself. So I'm going to take this W plus 6, and I'm going to replace the L in the first equation with that. So I'm going to rewrite this up here as 64 equals 2, replace the L with the W plus 6, and that's plus 2W. In the next step, I distributed the 2. So you can see I now have 64 equals 2W plus 12 plus 2W. I've got both of these two W's on the same side of the equal. So I am going to combine these two. Don't add the opposite here. They're on the same side of the equal. You only add the opposite if you're moving it to the other side of the equal. That will give me 4W plus 12 is now equal to the 64, and I am ready to solve for W. Start by subtracting 12 to both sides. I've got 52 equals 4W now. Divide the 4, and we have that W equals 13. My final step is to take this 13 and substitute it back into this second equation, which is L equals W plus 6. That means that my length is equal to 19. Now, since we're talking about dimensions, I'm going to go reread my problem and see if I have any units in there. No, it doesn't look like, oh, there it is. Wait a second, right here, inches. So I'm going to add, make sure I go back and I add my units onto my final answers. Let's run down that again with the second example. Going to go a little bit faster now that you've got the hang of it. So a large pizza at Palzoni's Pizzeria costs $6.80 plus 90 cents for each topping. The cost of a large cheese pizza at Guido's Pizza is $7.30 plus $6.50 for, or 65 cents for each topping. How many toppings? Ooh, there's our key question right there. This tells us about our variables. How many toppings need to be added to a large cheese pizza from Palzoni's Pizzeria and Guido's Pizza in order for the pizzas to cost the same, not including tax? The last sentence tells us what we're looking for our variables. How many toppings need to be added to a large cheese pizza from both Palzino's and Guido's in order for the pizzas to cost the same, not including tax. I don't know why I highlighted that. But that gives us our two variables. We want toppings and we want the total cost. So I'm just going to use X and Y. Let X equal the number of pizza toppings and let Y equal the cost of pizza. If I go back to my word problem, we can see Palzino's Pizzeria. It tells you right there in the words, the cost, which is our Y, is equal to $6.80. So 680, don't put the dollar sign in your equation, plus 90 cents per or for each topping. That's X is our topping. Our second pizzeria, Guido's. Sorry, Guido, didn't mean to put a line through it. It's right here. It tells you how to set that equation up. Y equals $7.30 plus 65 cents per topping right there. We can see that both equations are solved for Y, but I'm going to take this second equation and I'm going to substitute this expression for the Y in the first equation. So I'm going to just set these equal to each other. So I'm replacing that Y in the first equation with the $7.30, 65 cents, and I'm going to let that equal the $6.80 plus the 90x. All right, so I want to get the x on the same side of the equal. What I'm noticing is this is smaller than that, so I like to do light lifting. I'm going to move the small to the other side. So subtracted the 65 from both sides, and this is what I'm left over. Now I'm going to move this away from that variable, so I'm going to subtract the $6.80 from that side. All right, and that leaves me with 50 cents is equal to 25 cents times X. We need to divide that 0.25. This is where you might need a calculator, Or I'm just thinking that 25 is half as big as 50, so it's going to be 2 is what I will get. But if you don't trust me, do 0.50 divided by 0.25 and you'll see I get a 2. So this is saying when your pizzas both have 2 toppings, those pizzas will cost exactly the same.